Hi YouTube and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. My name is Chanel and I am the resident tarot reader for this YouTube channel, as well as for the Divine Resolution Tarot business that operates in Minnesota. If you would like to work with me, all of my information will be in the description box down below. This is a love reading intended for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. If you're watching for a Cancer, this may feel like a message for you about your Cancer. So please just take the energies and put them to the person the way that you see fit. I'm just doing this quick shuffle to be able to take a look at the main situation that will have your attention in love for the month of February. Thank you so much for everyone who is returning to my channel. If you're new, feel free to hit that subscribe button so that you can find your way back to me. And if you are coming back for another reading, thank you for allowing me to read for you again. For everyone who's booked a personal reading with me, thank you again. So many thank yous, but I've really enjoyed having the opportunity to read for you. The bottom of your deck is the Lovers. So it's looking like this month you may be feeling quite loved, which is very nice for you, Cancer, but you also have a decision to make regarding love. It looks like you may be choosing between one or more people. I'm not feeling as though this is an affair at this time, but I feel like there could be a potential for one if you're in a committed relationship. It does look to me, though, like you've moved away from something that was not only disappointing, but had taken up a lot of your time, and it just wasn't panning out the way you wanted. So let me see what's going on with these here, because I feel like the beginning of the month, this is showing me that you're seeing a situation for what it is, and you may have even left a relationship. It's coming through here that you're either thinking about being single or becoming single towards the beginning or middle of February, or this could be past energy like late January. I feel like you opened up to someone that made you feel as though things were going really good at first, but then there's an energy of interest being lost, or maybe you started to take a look at this person's actions and you felt like there was something that was triggering you from your past. There's almost the energy of like you feeling as though you needed to heal from a past situation. I don't believe it pertained to this particular partner, or it's the energy of you seeing something that reminds you of an ex-partner. And so it triggered you in some way. You may have been feeling or start to feel as though the person that you're interested in is being very inattentive to you, or you feel as though the romance in this situation has begun to wear off. For some of you, you may feel as though you were moving very quickly into a new situation, and you're beginning to almost feel as though you didn't have all of the information before you put the work into the situation. There's something about this here that's coming through as being a little bit deceptive, and I can't tell if it's on your part or on your person's part, because if it's on your part, it's more the illusion of the fairy tale that you moved forward into, and you didn't really question if you and your person were on the same page or if you were both bringing the same thing to the table, because initially this felt really good and this was an opportunity for someone to really give to you, right? If it's on the part of the person you're dealing with, this could be that you're finding they're not as committed as they originally showed you that they were. And so this is the energy of you pulling back because you don't want to get roped into a situation where you're the only one showing up in a commitment. Now, towards the end of the month, this is where things get a little tricky, because there's definitely an energy of you watching someone and someone watching you. So this could be the person that you're dealing with now. Maybe you decide to take a break from one another, or you stop communicating with them for whatever reason and you're watching one another. There's an element of disappointment here, but there's also the energy of, there's a few things coming through with this Three of Cups. For some of you, you wanted more from the person you were dealing with, and you felt as though they weren't committing to you the way that you wanted, and so that's disappointing. For others of you, this could be a situation that involves multiple people, and you're seeing things that are leading you to realize that you're not the only person involved in this situation, because the Nine of Swords in the reverse can talk about your fears really being confirmed here. And then for others of you, this is a different situation involving a different energy, because we have this air energy over here, whereas we have the wand energy on the other end of the spectrum. So this could talk about someone completely different, and you making the decision not to reconcile with this person either. There's something towards the end of the month that you're going to be finding out, and I feel like that's through maybe your own investigations. You may have been waiting for someone to return with this Three of Cups in the reverse, and the communication isn't happening the way that you would like, and so you could be searching for them or reaching out to them, but you could also be finding out the reason as to why they're not communicating with you or haven't been communicating with you. It could be that after an ending with this energy, there is communication that comes in, but it's not anything particularly clear. And so I feel like that too has you really looking for extra clarification about whatever this situation is. It's almost the energy of you releasing yourself from something in the beginning of the month, but then there's something here that's a different energy that it seems you're a bit stuck to. And that could be what affected the trajectory of this relationship that you were on, this newer situation. So I feel like for the beginning of February, you're dealing with a newer energy, and towards the end of February, you're revisiting something from your past that you felt a very strong connection to, that mentally it really changed the way that you dealt with relationships and love from dealing with this energy here. Now, whatever situation, whether it's the old or the new, you'll definitely have a decision to make. I feel like I was saying, you may be taking a break from this new energy because you're just a little bit unsure about where this is heading. I think that emotionally you're still attached and holding on to someone else in your energy field, and that's coming through here very strongly. It's almost like there was never a clear ending with this Nine of Swords, and so you're having a hard time knowing which direction to choose, because there's a little bit of energy of somebody moving away from you and you looking back at them and them looking towards you and kind of waiting for this person to return. Now you could be dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio that is ghosted you. You could feel as though you're waiting for this person to return to you in the month of February. But I feel like you had a new opportunity here, and for some reason there was something about it that, for some of you, it just felt so nice to have someone give to you finally, because this other person was so emotionally vacant that you ignored some of the red flags that you're now seeing that are triggering you. For others of you, giving to this person was a nice distraction for how you had been feeling when you were wrapping up this situation with this old person over here. So I'm going to shuffle the deck, and then we'll take a look at you, because we looked at your situation. We'll look at you and see what's going on for the month. Yeah. That moon is making me feel, yeah, we have the old, we have the new. Someone could be apologizing. That's what I was saying, apologizing to you towards the end of February. And that could be causing you some indecision around the newer connection that you have, because it looks as though your new person doesn't really have a reason to apologize as much as your older person would. For your new person, if you're feeling triggered by anything they've done, it could be that they're trying to reconcile with you or figure out where you stand with them after a break. So yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. The situation for you where you're at for the month is the Three of Cups. So even though this has been kind of a stressful energy that you've been dealing with, there is a lot of reasons to be happy this month. You may be celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, spending time with your friends. You could have the opportunity to reconcile with someone that you haven't been dealing with for a while, because that's what I was saying with the World in the reverse. It seems as though there's a situation that just wasn't closed out completely. So it looks like that's something that you have the opportunity to revisit this month. Your feelings are the Seven of Swords in the reverse. So you could be finding out that information towards the end of the month, like I was telling you, because this talks a lot about an apology. This talks about a confession. This could be the explanation of why someone was unable to move forward with you at a time when you were dealing with them, or why someone moved away from you completely. This energy very much is something being returned to you that was thought to be gone forever or lost. So you feel as though something has come back to you that is clearly unfinished. But I think even though you're happy about it, or you're contemplating a reunion or a reconciliation, you're still very curious to know if the situation has changed, because you don't want to put yourself back into a situation that looks very familiar to what you've seen in the past. Now, this could be the new energy explaining some of the red flags that triggered you, or this could be an old energy coming through to explain what happened in your previous situation. The situation from your past that's influencing you the most this month is the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So it seems as though there's some sort of betrayal that needs to really be spoken about this month so that you're able to close out a cycle in your life. I feel like something that you thought was completely over is now coming back from the dead almost. And that really does have to do with that Seven of Swords, right? Where you're feeling as though someone is telling you the information that a lot of you have been waiting to hear, right? Or giving you that apology. Your thoughts are the Six of Cups in the reverse. So there's some regret here. I feel as though whatever this energy is that's coming towards you, this is something that you spent a lot of time thinking about. It's taken you a long time to feel better about the situation. I feel as though you did try very hard to move on from this emotion that you felt for this person, but you still haven't healed. And so this person coming through could really be triggering you to realize that there's things from this that you're not okay with, or that you're just not over yet, and that's okay. It could even be for some of you that when this old person returns, that's what really puts the brakes on your new relationship, because you're realizing that you haven't completely healed after you speak to this person. You may be finding that you still have a lot of emotions for them or about this situation. Your thoughts have a lot to do with negative emotions this month, even though you have a reason to be happy. So I think you're very cautious because you know how this person has made you feel, and you don't want to put yourself back into a situation where you're grieving the loss of someone again, right? If you're in a relationship already and someone returns to you, I think you're very concerned about getting sucked back into this person's world. And so you're really thinking and keeping in the forefront of your mind all of the things that didn't work out, so that you don't lose sight of the relationship that you've started with this new person based on the way you feel for the old one, right? Your future manifestations are the Ace of Swords. So, I think because it looks like with this Six of Cups in the reverse, you probably spent a lot of time feeling very badly about this person before you moved on. You've manifested this opportunity to have communication with them and to really get the clarity to be able to understand what happened with this situation. And for each of you, it will be something different, but it looks as though the person that you were dealing with in your past had more than one person involved in the relationship or situationship. It may never have gotten committed because that Hierophant was in the reverse in your first spread. So this is you really getting an opportunity to air things out, get things off your chest, and to hear what this person has to say. You may be thinking that this person has a lot of regret that they want to come through and share with you this month. And even that could be making you feel very happy because it's giving you the closure you need. And this person actually telling you like, hey, I really cared about you. For some of you, I feel like you never really knew where you stood with this person. And so when they did what they did, a very hard part of moving forward from this connection was trying to figure out, did this person ever care at all? So even them coming in and giving you this revelation, that may be all that you need to be able to really move forward in a new capacity with someone else, because you're able to finally release this from your energy. The opportunity for you is the Nine of Cups. So you get your wish this month is what it's looking like, Cancer, and I'm very happy for you. Whatever it is that you've been wanting, it looks like it's now coming through. And you have two cards here that talk about celebration. So you're having an opportunity to really lighten your load. It seems like there's been a really heavy energy with this Ten of Swords in the reverse. We also saw Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords. So you've really been in your mind and agonizing about whatever this connection brought into your life at one time. This is allowing you to really start closing out a cycle emotionally so that you can move towards your Ten of Cups and your union with the partner of your choice in a way that's not emotionally burdened with issues from the past. Your obstacle here is the Six of Wands in the reverse. So for some of you, this old person is someone that you really would like to see a future with. The obstacle here is the way this person has presented themselves to you, because you feel as though they're very deceptive and you think that this person brings a lot of heartache and a lot of regret. For some of you, you may even be thinking about turning down a soulmate to return to whatever this energy is that comes through. But that's going to be a small number of you with that Six of Cups in the reverse. You'll think about trying to move forward with this person, right? Another obstacle here is trying to figure out if this person wants attention, and that's why they're coming back. Because I feel like whoever you've dealt with in the past probably took a lot more than they gave. And so you're trying to suss out the situation. There's no pentacles here. So this is a real lack of stability that this person has brought to the table. I feel like you have some definite issues that you want to discuss with this person. You may be a little bit pissed off at this person. You might blame them for the way that they've made you feel based on what they've shown you or done or not done. And so that too would be an obstacle as well for you to move forward. I think also for some of you with the Six of Wands in the reverse, you're going to have to figure out what victory looks like to you and who that is with. Is it with the new person that you've tried to move on with, or is it with the old person that's returning to you? So I'm just going to pull a relationship oracle. Expectations. That's exactly what I was saying. Honesty and fear. So yeah, it looks like, your new person came in and you dated them and it was very nice because it helped you to get over your disappointment. But there is this element of honesty coming through. And I think that, I was going to say it has a lot to do with the fact that the person that you're not dealing with is very jealous of your new relationship, right? For some of you, you will turn this past person down because you feel as though they didn't love you. And in the time that you were apart, you started something that you really want to see where it goes, because the partner you're dealing with now is a lot more mature than what your last person has shown you. But we have expectations coming through here, and that's what I was saying about this Six of Wands for your obstacle. What is it that you want, right? What do you expect from a partner? Can this person meet those expectations? Is the new person perhaps somebody that you've judged harshly based on your experiences from the past? And so maybe your new person was unable to meet your expectations because you still had to come to terms with some things about the way your situation ended with your past partner. So be mindful of your expectations for the month of February. I'm going to pull you some advice oracle cards, and then we'll take it over to the extended reading. What we're going to do is we're going to take a look at you and the person that you're dealing with. I'd like to look at this person that's coming back to apologize to you, but I will briefly also look at the person that is newer, the newer energy in your life, because it looks as though you do have a decision to make between two people. So we'll see what they are each doing and feeling, what they want and what they're thinking for the month of February. And then we're also going to take a look at any sign that you could possibly be dealing with, Cancer. So we'll go through the zodiac signs, and we're going to see what their energy is for the month, what they're bringing to your situation, and how that'll make you feel and affect your life. And then we'll take a look at the outcome for each sign that you could be dealing with as well. So let's just get one more of these. Very nice. So we have rest. It says you've been working hard. Take a nap and get some rest. I feel like that's appropriate for you, Cancer, because you've been really stressed out about the connections that you've had in your life, right? And I think it's kind of time to let go and let God. You got time to move on. It's time to let go of the old and worn out so that the new can come in. Now, that's going to be different for you, each of you, because there's different groups here. For some of you, you have to let go of the way that you're viewing this person that's coming through so that you can move on to a new cycle with them. For others of you, it is time to release the old energy that you've been holding on to and to really get the closure you need so you can move on with this new person that seems to be a tad more mature and a lot more giving, right? We have help. Ask for help. Receiving is an act of generosity. So I feel like with this, Spirit is asking you to ask for strength, to not fall back into the same patterns where you're the only person giving to a relationship, right? And then finally, we have truth. Tell the truth. Integrity is the key to living an authentic life. And I feel like for your future, that really is what you're manifesting, is an opportunity to speak your truth. So you will have that in the month of February. We're going to take this over to the extended reading. I hope that this was helpful for you. And we'll talk about all the things that I mentioned as I was pulling the oracle cards. Happy Valentine's Day to you all if you celebrate, and you take care of yourselves. I'll speak to you again soon. Bye. What they want is the Knight of Wands. So they want this passionate start. They want this movement and this action, but this Knight of Wands doesn't really follow through. Also, something that's lacking through this whole reading is Pentacles. So it's showing me that there's not the stability in this relationship that I think you were initially hoping for. Maybe this person is telling you that they can't offer you what they showed you in the beginning of the situation. Maybe their situation has changed